Hey CBC, my name is Jaime Filer and I'm applying for the position of the daytime fitness and wellness expert on your new show. I figured I would do half the show in my shirt and half the show out of my shirt so that you can see that I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. I'm an avid CrossFitter. I got out of bodybuilding. I used to do it competitively, but now I just train for sport and performance. My full-time 40-plus hour a week job is to be the managing editor and online editor-in-chief of Muscle Insider magazine, and it's the biggest health, fitness, bodybuilding magazine that's based out of Canada. We have a huge distribution. We're in Chapters, Indigo. We're going international. It's going to be amazing. So that is my full-time job. I also used to be a personal trainer. My background is in kinesiology. I did a 4-year degree at York University. I also got a diploma in exercise physiology. So the whole white lab coat, testing, having firefighters on a treadmill, making sure they're up to par type deal. And then I went on to do another 4 months of personal training specific for a college diploma down in Orlando, Florida. So I've got the practical, I've got the theoretical, I've got the textbook knowledge, I've got the hands-on knowledge. I'd like to say that I am everything you're looking for. When it comes to staying up to date and current with what's going on in the world of exercise physiology, training, nutrition, supplements, my job is a huge help for that because I write the science column for the magazine. So once every 2 months, but usually it ends up being more frequently than that, I have to go through a bunch of scientific and medical journals in order to kind of update our readers on what's going on in that world, and then I break it down into layman's terms and put it out in no more than 100 to 150 words for the actual column in the magazine. So I'm great at breaking down and disseminating knowledge for people, especially when it comes to, like I said, fitness, exercise physiology, nutrition, and supplementation. I would absolutely love this job. I'm great in front of a camera. I'm great in front of people because that's essentially what my job requires of me. Now is the moment in the audition where I put my shirt on. Da, 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 da. P.S. I love your stuff. Love the CBC. Huge fan. All right. Cool. Okay, so it's inside out. Anyway, I'd like to finish this off by telling you guys one thing, maybe two, that you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at me. And what I would like to do, and I'm usually pretty open about this, so unless you Googled me before the audition, you wouldn't know this about me by looking at me. But I struggled with an eating disorder for 10 years. I started my first diet when I was 11 years old. By the time I was 14, I was put into Sick Kids Hospital with full-blown anorexia. I'd taken myself below my admission weight, so I was part of their outpatient kids protocol, and then there's a rule whereby if you get yourself below a certain weight, they have every right to admit you into the hospital, and I hit that weight. So I spent 40 days in the inpatient unit and then 2 months of my summer in the outpatient unit, and that was right before I started grade 11. In the middle of grade 11, I was brought into North York General because my kidneys had shut down, so I was monitored for 48 hours and put on kidney dialysis. And it wasn't until I was 19, 20 that I decided to get clean, sober up, enlist the help of professionals, because I realized that if I didn't get better by the time I was 21, I would have lived my life with an eating disorder longer than I would have lived it without one. And that was a really scary statistic for me, especially as I was coming out of university and wanted to move on and start the next phase of my life. So that is a really important facet to my story because I understand everything about body image. I've studied the statistics about eating disorders. I know firsthand what it's like to go through one, and I think that's a huge epidemic for both males, females, especially athletes, if that's who we're talking about or talking to. So I think I'd be a very valuable asset. I'm pretty open with my story. There's no part of me that I'm not willing to talk about. And I think I would be very valuable to your team. So I hope you guys consider me. I hope you all have an amazing day. And hopefully I look forward to working with you. All right, guys, have an amazing day.